All right. Well, this is a sustainable development conference. And Dr. Rashid, you wouldn't like what I'm going to say now, but sustainability is out of fashion now. Okay. Sustainability has evolved into something much bigger. So in the future, maybe there are things like circular economy that we'll be discussing a lot more of than sustainability. Yes, you can argue that maybe this circular economy is part of sustainability, but I think it's a lot more than that. So we are going to talk about circular economy. We recently got about £1.5 million from British government to look at circular economy in construction sector. So we started looking at what exactly is circular economy. Where does it sit in the bigger picture? So if you think about the current economic model that deals with sustainability, what happens? You take, make, and dispose. And you try, within sustainability, we promote that we dispose in an environmentally friendly way. A lot of things that we try to dispose in an environmentally friendly way, we don't realize that we have made them so environmentally unfriendly right from the beginning that they can't be disposed in an environmentally friendly way. A simple example is your car. Well, you think that it is crushed and melted and then reformed into another car or some metal, but most of it can't be. Reason being, to facilitate good painting, we use a process called anodizing, where and because we do that, it becomes difficult to recycle it. So yes, you use the car, and you have a beautiful paint, and it becomes a lot easier to paint on the car. But because of that process, you can't recycle the metal. So we talk about, we take it, we make it, we dispose it in an environmentally friendly way, but 60% of everything we do ends up in some sort of landfill somewhere. Now, material prices are rising. Supplies are precious. We all know that. There is nothing new. And landfills are damaging our environment. So what do we do to reduce that? Now, the natural resources make up about 45 to 50% of the cost for average manufacturing company. And labor costs in relation to the material costs are falling. Although overall labor costs are going up, but the proportion with relation to material costs is falling. So, within Europe, there is a lot of emphasis on trying to facilitate more material use and reuse. So, a circular economy, what is it? Well, it's an alternate to traditional linear economy in which we keep resources in use for as long as possible. Okay? Extract the maximum value from them and then recover and regenerate products and materials at the end of each service life. So, you don't throw anything away. Now, what does that mean? Basically, this is what happens right now. Over here, if you look at it, there is natural resources, take, make, dispose. Circular economy, you don't dispose, you return for somebody else to use other parts as well. So you don't dispose, you reuse. So let's look at, so basically, this is a simple definition of circular economy. It is goods of today are the resources of tomorrow at yesterday's price. Okay? So instead of throwing it away, Why don't we salvage it? Now, it does offer this opportunity that instead of this take, make, dispose, we try to think about it at the design stage and then look at what we can reuse in the future. So if you take this example, and I don't think the highlighter is working here, but there is a laser pointer here, okay, it's not working on the screen here. So if you think about it, what if you were to recover the good that you have used? So for example, you have a fridge, you want to throw it away. Is every part of that fridge not usable? Are there components in that fridge that are usable? If you look at cars, some of those parts within the car were 10-year-old designs and you still use them. Do you really need to throw away the entire car? Can you reuse part of it? So if you think about it, at the end of the service life, you think about, should I maintain, so maybe repair, and somebody else can use it? Or maybe look at refurbishment, or maybe look at recycling, where we don't necessarily throw away the parts, we try to get as many parts out of it as possible and put it in newer products. So basically, you look at regenerating, so you look at sharing, optimizing, looping, and I'm not going to go into each one of them, but basically, if you think about circular economy, so green innovations are there, but circular economy is at the bottom of resource consumption. You are reusing what you wanted to reuse and what you could possibly reuse. So I think this is a clearer model. So you either service it, you either refurbish it, you part harvest it, so take away the parts you can reuse, or if you can't do anything, then think of recycling. So you have 4 options in a circular economy instead of throwing it away. And I'll give you some example. So this is, Philips has been big into circular economy, and this is one of the things they do. The MRI machines that you see in hospitals, after the service life is over, they take it away and reuse the parts in the new MRI machines. So the new MRI machines you will buy, not all parts are new. Okay. The second example, this is the machine for ultrasound. And again, if you look at it, what they have done is they have designed it in such a way that they can easily remove parts and reuse them in the newer model, whatever they can. This is another example from Philips, where what they have done is, if you look at base plate, it's made of 90% recycled ABS. Inner frame is 40% recycled glass frame. So they are building completely new products using recycled parts. Now, in Netherlands, there is this mud jeans that is looking at taking away the old jeans, and then they repair it, and they resell it as bags. Now, one of the things that need to happen for circular economy to move forward, and this is very important because this changes the paradigm. The whole concept of owning something will have to disappear.